Welcome or welcome back to the Lockwood Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we are going to be reading Weyward by Emelia Hart, as well as just hanging out. I'm watching Buffy for the first time, having a grand old time together in this weekly vlog. Good morning! Timeline-wise, this is the day after my last vlog, so we're just rolling into the next week, and I am so excited because I think today, or sometime this weekend, we are going to start decorating for fall. I hope to do it today. I might be going hiking today, but I haven't heard anything from the person I'm supposed to go hiking with, so we're just gonna do our own thing if that's the case, and that's completely fine because it is cold out. I went on my walking pad like an hour and 5 minutes. It was amazing. I love my walking pad. I love walking outside, but I love my walking pad because halfway through, around the 30-minute mark, every time, no matter if I'm outside on the treadmill, I have to pee. It's nice walking pad wise. I can just hop off, go to my bathroom, and then hop right back on. I love my walking pad. And then I did some yoga, as you saw. I feel so good. It's really chilly out, which is why I went on the walking pad. When I woke up this morning, I think it was like 42 degrees out Fahrenheit. For my Celsius people, I'm sorry. I wish America wasn't I'm not like other girls. It is so frustrating that we do not have the same measurement units. Why do we have to be different? It bothers me.
Not like other girls.
As you can see, well, maybe you don't know, but this is usually where my walking pad is, and I have like a bookshelf here. Yesterday, I got in this like weird mood, reorganize everything, and then I also bought something off of Facebook Marketplace. I reorganized my front closet and like cleaned that up a bit because it was a disaster. It was disgusting. The bookshelf that was originally here, I moved into my utility closet where my water heater is, all my cleaning supplies. It was just getting out of hand in there. You couldn't really walk in. It was unorganized. Things were on the floor, like my toolbox, my cleaning, my vac, like it was all cluttered in there, and I hate clutter. And I had originally always had planned to buy another like shelving unit or something to put in there or to swap out. And then I went on Facebook Marketplace because I'm like, I've just had enough of it. I can't live like this anymore. This girl was selling like a farmhouse style one for like 30 bucks. It's missing a shelf, but that's completely fine. I don't need a lot of shelving. It looks like decent condition. Again, I don't really care if it is or not. I measured and it should fit here. If it doesn't, we'll swap everything back, and then I'll put my walking pad back where it's supposed to be. So we're gonna go do that right now. And I think it matches kind of like the wood white aesthetic that my place is. I thought it would be really funny to wear this sweatshirt in case I get murdered. She lives close to one of my friends, so I'm gonna give her a call and be like, hey, if you don't hear from me, it's because I'm dead. We're also gonna be reading Weyward. I'm also excited for that because I don't know what it's about. I also just got the audiobook off of Libby. Like, perfect timing. That's the book I was planning on reading this week anyway. And then when the library hold came through, I'm like, heck yes. I'm just so excited. So I'm gonna listen to Weyward at some point, whether if I go outside for a walk or while we're decorating. Let's do it. Woo! Right, here's the shelf, and that's the basket of my junk that's on there. But it is a lot taller than I was expecting, and I'm very happy about that. Mainly because when I am walking on my walking pad, I place my iPad up on the top shelf, and since this is a little higher, it's even better because then I'll be looking at it at eye level, most likely, or like close enough to it. So it's cute. I think I'm gonna go drag out all of my autumnal decor and we can start decorating. It won't take me long. I don't have much decor. Also, I want to stop by my friend's place afterwards. Okay, first of all, the neighborhood that I picked this up from, Those houses were so nice. The person selling this, they have their house for sale. I'm like, I want to buy their house. It's so cute and it's in like a lovely little neighborhood, but it's like set away from everybody too, so it still feels like very private. There were some really nice houses, some like really nice houses, and it was on a big lake. And then I buzzed over to my friend's house. I sent her a message. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go pick this bookshelf up. It's close by to you, and then can I come over for proof of life afterwards? And she's like, of course. I guess like let's decorate or something. Cool. All right. Awesome. Hello, all done decorating, which is very exciting. I just finished eating lunch and I'm gonna have some pumpkin oatmeal chocolate chip cookies that I made. If everything went well, I made a TikTok about it, so you can go check that out. And then I made a pumpkin chai. I really love the new bookshelf and it came with its own spider. I'm on chapter 9 with Weyward. Oh, I also changed my phone case to my fall phone case, so cute. I listened to Weyward. I'm on chapter 9 now. Pretty much it's about women being controlled by shitty men. Weird and so unrelatable. We're getting 3 different perspectives. Also, I love that each of the perspectives, the POVs, have different narrators for them, so that's pretty cool. And one is in 2019, so more current day. Then there is one more of the witch trials, way back in the day. And then there's another 1800s, I forget, I should look. We get 3 different timelines as well as 3 different POVs. Wayward used to be a word that meant weird, according to Shakespeare or something, and it was later replaced with weird instead of wayward. They're a little peculiar and they seem to have a really great connection with nature. One woman has been accused of being a witch. The other woman, she is being controlled by her father and being threatened to sent to boarding school because she is not acting like a proper young lady. And she is trying to stay inside now, and she is absolutely miserable, extremely depressed, staying inside for this time period that she has to, like this self-isolation that she has to. And then our current timeline girly, she is in an abusive relationship and she has escaped back at this cottage of her ancestor, which I'm guessing is the woman in the previous timeline. So it might be like early 1900s. Somebody's an entomologist and I believe it's the one that's in self-isolation right now. There's another thing that she has to decide and deal with, which is a very big decision. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing and then we'll hang out later. It's dinner time. I'm so excited. We have white chicken chili, which is my favorite. I'm really sad because I forgot to thaw out the sourdough bread that I have in my freezer. 6 more days of white chicken chili to eat, so there will be plenty of time for that. Grapes and then the banana pumpkin muffins that I made. So I seriously love the bookshelf. I did end up putting my piano books back up there. I also went on my walking pad again just to like test it out / I needed to move a little bit more, especially after sitting and editing. Now I'm gonna watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have it on DVD. Thank goodness, because all these streaming services and no one has it. I love my DVDs. I'm so glad I kept them. I'm so glad I don't rely on streaming services. We're gonna eat, we're gonna get cozy, and we're gonna knit. We're gonna have a great evening. First of all, look how cute. Oh, one of my things just went out. Second of all, I was gonna show you my knitting progress because we made quite a bit. And then when I went to like shift some rows around on the needles, the end thing popped off and I dropped 5 stitches. I'm so sad. It's 8 o'clock. I am going to get ready for bed and we're gonna read. What a cozy day we've had. Now that I am looking at it and can remember their names, aka read their names. We have Alpha, who is from 1619. So that's the witch trial gal. We have Violet, who is 1942, wants to be the entomologist, and her dad is wanting to ship her off to boarding school or finishing school. That's what it is. Then we have Kate, 2019, on the run from an abusive relationship. Now we need to go all the way to chapter 9. Totally forgot about Kate, what she's going through right now. There was a dead crow in the chimney, and then the dead crow came to life, and now crows are flying after her, and she's terrified of birds. This would be terrifying. First time that he injured her, and it was pose with a coffee cup. Weirdly enough, I was just watching while I was on TikTok. This woman's story from TikTok is lining up very similarly. And I was watching that before I even started reading this. Oh, I feel like I've read this already. No, this was very much this woman's story. She's talking about the first time she tried to leave the marriage. When the taxi arrived, she got in. It was the thing to do, wasn't it? She was supposedly an educated, self-respecting woman. She couldn't possibly stay. So sorry for anybody who has gone through that. You are very strong. I'm hoping this will make sense at the end. Alpha's POV is in first person, and Violet and Kate's is a third person. It really bothers me. Either make them all first or all third. I could see a possibility of it coming all together at the end, but... Hello everybody. What a day so far. Have I talked to you yet? No. So I went for little walkies, I did some yoga, I went up and edited. I was gonna watch some football, but I think I'd rather just read right now. I also think I am going to start over my knitting project and I'm gonna use smaller needles. Well, one, I dropped the stitches, which just sucks. But two, I don't like how it's turning out in the sense of like how big the stitches are. I wanted a really tight stitch. I think we're gonna start over and that's fine. It's a bummer, but that's fine. But I'm gonna have to like do some math and like figure out the new gauge, needles I actually wanna use. So I just don't believe that the yarn that I'm using is compatible with that size needle. Like that just isn't computing for me. Oh shoot, I was gonna edit a different video. That's okay. We are all caught up editing this one so far, which is really exciting. I love being ahead. I have to do my nails. I'm probably gonna go for another walk. I'm gonna read Weyward. We're gonna read more about shitty men. That boy is corrupt. On one hand, I get it. Like, tell somebody where you are. But on the other hand, tell them why. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Ew. This man writing a love letter. Trust me when I say this, for I have seen the world in every specimen of woman it contains. Oriental girls with coal black hair and obsidian eyes. African princesses, their swan necks looped with gold. So many faces I have seen and admired, but none compared to yours. I hate that. Ew. You're so much prettier when you smile. And you're so much more handsome when you give me $10,000. Okay, I definitely think I bought the wrong texture or something. I'm very confused on the yarn. I'm gonna strip it, or not strip it, I'm gonna unwind it, restart over, and I'm going to see what the gauge is, and I'm potentially going to be making the body of it with US 6. Like, look how tiny that is comparatively. Very, very small. Maybe we might do a bigger needle. I don't foresee that happening. I think I want to stick to the smaller needles. The Packers Lions game is on currently. The Packers had like a crazy trade. And if I hear about it, you know it's a crazy one because I don't really pay attention to like individual players besides like Travis. I think it's going to be a very good thing for the team. Go Pack, go. It was Micah Parsons. That's who it is. I was like, why can't I remember his name? The drama surrounding all of that because he was traded from Dallas to Green Bay as kind of like an FU from Dallas. Lots of tea there because he wanted to be the highest paid in his position, as he should, because he is so influential in the game. Like, he is very good, but he just had a really good play. Actually, he's had a few good plays already. So this is my gauge. Isn't she cute? She's a little... Packers are winning 17-3 right now. I think I'm gonna go for like my third walk of the day. It's still too cold out. I'm too cold to go outside. So I'm just gonna, once again, go my walking pad. I should have just did step aerobics or something today, but I was feeling a little lazy. Anyway, here's how far we got. These are only, this is 4 rows in. I don't know. I'm liking this tension a lot better. I'm liking that I'm using my double pointed needles. I know this looks very confusing, but just like pretend it's a rope and you're just following it around and around. I was definitely using the wrong yarn for the size needles that I was earlier using. Also, the Packers won, yay! I gotta clean up my knitting. I'm gonna walk and we'll probably just hang out either tonight while I'm reading or later on. See you when I see ya. I am having either horrible allergies today or I am getting sick. My throat is so itchy and my sinuses will not stop. Otherwise I feel fine. So fingers crossed it's just allergies and not sickness. So sick of being sick. Also, if you hear my computer, it is getting ready for takeoff. I went back to work today. I came home, went on the walking pad. I'll probably do another walk after dinner. I'm just trying to hit that 500 cal, a 500 active burn, and see if that helps my cut move along sooner, because I just want to be done with it. Just finished editing, but when I went back to work, my office manager this morning, she was like, I saw this, had to get it for you. It's a Taylor Swift coloring book. It honestly freaks me out. Okay, this one is close to looking like Taylor. Can you see that, or is it too overexposed? There we go. That one is the closest that looks like her. Otherwise, everything else just kind of looks creepy. But there's some like fun little pictures of her and some fun facts, and I love her. And then, I don't think I ever showed you, I got my book of the month box at the beginning of the month, and I was gonna make a TikTok like unboxing it, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna read this book until October. I don't know why that like refrained me from making it, because most of the books that I read from book of the month I don't get to until later months. It's Play Along by Rachel Harrison. And it's Home is Where the Horror Is, Cleo. And she is a stylist and influencer, but she also like wants to, I think, redo her parents' old house. But it's haunted, and as she's doing Fixer Upper, stuff happens. I don't know. We're gonna find out in October, so sneak peek at my October TBR. Bookmark was plotting my next escape. I'm super hungry. It is 5:15. Normally I eat at 5 o'clock, but I was so busy editing. I just wanted to finish. And now I'm gonna go eat. Flattering angles only. I ended up watching 2 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've never watched it before. Like, I obviously know what it is. It is iconic. Love it. I love it for the nostalgic vibes. It is so funny, but I'm obsessed. I know she's gonna have tension with that one guy eventually, and he's a vampire. But that angel guy, he might be bad. I don't know. It's so good though. I got a little bit of knitting done. I am struggling to hit my active calorie burns goal. For some reason, when I go for a walk outside, fine. When I go for a walk on my walking pad, not fine. I'm coming up short all the time, and I just don't feel like that's right. Like, I'm walking like close to an hour and a half. Like, I did 45 minutes after work, and I did 45 minutes after dinner. And it's just so much. I'm walking at an incline, and I'm walking, I feel like, at a faster pace when I'm on my walking pad. So I don't know. It's very frustrating. Maybe if tomorrow's not raining, I'll go for a walk outside and like test it again. Actually, no, I think tomorrow, if it is raining, I'm gonna do step aerobics instead. I can't be walking for an hour and a half every day. Not that that's a bad thing, but like, I got other things to do. But the moral of the story is I really like Buffy. I'm on chapter 18, which is Kate's POV. It's almost my bedtime. Unless something crazy happens, which I don't think it will, because I don't think I'm going to be reading that long. So I'm going to try to get to bed in the next 30 minutes because I feel like it's going to be a rough night with my sinuses. I'm going to leave you. Good night. I did some step aerobics. Yay! I love it so much. I get so sweaty. And you'll see like my update on step aerobics and my physique update if you watch that. I love teaching step. I love doing step, and I miss teaching so much. And I just keep hoping that my group fitness boss will be like, we want you back. My allergies have been atrocious today. I'm also gonna do like an after dinner walk on the treadmill. I have to oil my belt. I figured we could do some reading because I didn't get much reading done yesterday due to editing. For the most part, I'm pretty caught up with editing, kind of. I could do more, but I'm not going to. I want to read. I want to finish this book this week. I'm on part 2. Yeah, we're gonna start doing that. It is a really gloomy, rainy day. We're supposed to have thunderstorms, which I think will set the vibe for that. All right, I'm gonna get this all put away and organized again, and then we'll get to some cozy and ready time. Ready, that was a weird statement for me to say. Please still be my friend. Oh, witch trials are crazy. Kate is trying to learn more about Violet, and Violet is trying to learn more about Alpha. They're just gonna learn about each other, and how wonderful. Family.
I heard a rumor there was one less vampire walking around.
No one ruined it for me if the fate of Angel in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is my first time watching Buffy, and I am loving every second of it. I'm just also giddy every time Angel comes on the scene, and I don't want to be spoiled for anything. He's so cute. I'm finally switching over to the bigger needles, which is great. This is what we're looking like so far. So this is the bottom of it. Okay. I camera battery's flashing, so I gotta plug you in. But before I do that, I just went for a walk and was listening to Weyward. Oh my gosh. The gasp, I gasped at this one part. I was like, yes, thank goodness. And then we are finding out other stuff too. At this other part, I was like, oh, hells no. And then now I got to this other part where I'm like, okay, girl, go cottage. I just want to live in a cottage. Oh, I just want a cute little cottage to live in. I want a little dog. That'd be so great. Have like a little stream or a lake. I would prefer a lake. I want that for me so badly. Kate, she's doing things. I'm proud of her. She is coming into her element. Violet is going through some stuff. Violet is going through some stuff and it is really pissing me off. Not her, the circumstances of the men around her. And I want to castrate them all. Miss Alpha, she is doing things too. How her story loops in with everybody else's, because I don't know, we kind of just got left on a little cliffhanger with her with something else. Why is she there? Probably something regarding shitty men. That's honestly what this book is. Now we're on part 3 and I'm doing some laundry right now, but while that is drying, we're gonna go lay out in the hammock. We're gonna just soak up this lovely weather that we're having. We're back to summer. Last week we had a fake fall. This week we're back to summer. It's a little humid, but it's got a nice breeze. The sun is out and I am gonna take advantage of that by laying in the hammock and reading. I gotta plug you in, so you won't really be coming with me for that. I'll see you later. My hammock was so lovely. And then a wasp comes up to me and lands on my book, buzzes around, and I am not a Weyward. I am not proficient in bugs. I want them to leave me alone. We're getting a lot of stuff and I am freaking out for Miss Kate. I have a bad feeling. Something bad. Also, Violet. I love that girl's tenacity. I love that she's just boots on the ground. Alpha, she's in a bit of a pickle. I wonder if we're getting hers next. Yeah, we're getting Alpha's next. I'm interested to see what goes on there. I think I'm gonna finish this chapter, then I'm gonna get dinner, and then I'm gonna watch Buffy. I am freaking loving Buffy. I'm such a simp for Angel. Oh, he's so hot and mysterious. Ugh. We knew it was gonna happen. Still hoped that it wouldn't. I hope he gets more than what the other guys got. Yes, Violet. Yes. It does make sense for why Alpha is in first person. Phew. We have finished reading Weyward. I ended up finishing the last 45 minutes of it on audiobook on my commute home today, and I really liked it. I loved each of the perspectives. I love the connections, the family connections. I loved the witchy aspect. I love the nature witchy aspect. I thought that was great. And how every story intertwined pretty much. If you hate men, this is a great book. If you like nature witchy stuff, this is a great book. If you like women being badasses and coming into their own, this is a great book. I really enjoyed it. There is, again, a lot of talk of nature, which unfortunately for me includes like bugs and beetles, and I know that falls under bugs, but like insects and lots of bird talk. So if you're scared of birds and insects, it might just like be a little meh, but it's not, it's in a positive light. For the Weyward women, it is in a positive light. Just how powerful and strong each of the women are. Also just like nature versus nurture too. All of their lives seem to like follow very similar paths. Most of the men in here sucked. There was a few great ones. We gotta clap for like the three-ish. And it's so sad because so much of what goes on in here still goes on today. I loved how strong they were. And I loved how independent they are. I'm glad I finally got around to reading it, as well as listening to the audiobook. Wonderful how each of the women had a different voice narrator. I thought that was a great touch. All right, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. Feel free to stick around and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any other future vlogs that we read in and craft and make goodies, as well as feel free to like this video. I would really appreciate it. And with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.